EA Sports. It's in the game.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go. 18 Gators. Get it.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Push him back. Push him back. X3, 218, chopper. Ready.
2nd and 9 now. And that's complete to Jesse James. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 34-yard line.
Ready, set.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check tight. 5.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Out of the gun now on third down. It's caught. Jones. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
50, play.
First down.
80 weapons.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. The Eagles send out their punter now. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
6-6, pull it high. Get it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Running from the gun with Howard. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Rasul Douglas able to break that one up. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. With it is Jackson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check three.
And now he'll tuck it. And he caught it up.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
18 Gators. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Shoot.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more, as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
61, matchbox, lights.
Second and 5. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
50, plant.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Jones has it. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day out there. Quickstone, travel. Get it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Complete to Jones. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready, ready. 90, Wolf. 90, 50, protein, spell.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Mike, coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Check 3. Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
On the double. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Target. Be driven.
They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
We got 4.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. They'll look to throw here. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on fourth down, may as well make them punt it. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They go counter with Howard. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety. Pilot, 64, weak. Grade 15, grade 15. Jim. Great. What's your son?
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line. Here we go, set. 15, Ronnie. 15 line. Cut. Shoot.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. He completes it to Jones. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. James has got it, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. And his throw is incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because you're right, they have had no room to breathe. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Wentz will keep it, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
53, check 53. I got you. Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
First down, Detroit.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Johnson with a first down and more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
2nd and 5 at the Eagles' 40-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch your slack. Watch your slack.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Wentz now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now, Wentz again. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, this is Howard. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Wentz going to throw. This is caught by Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Hauschka with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
You ready? Check 3. Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber.
He'll drop to throw. Caught by Jones. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. Here's Jackson. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
To throw is Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Running with Howard. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Wentz to throw. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. Wentz now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. To throw is Wentz. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds. The dramatic score to tie it, and now they just need the PAT to get the lead late 4th quarter.
So much for the touchdown maker. It's all about the extra point attempter. And I can't wait to see how this one turns out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. 1, to get yourself in position.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs.